Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Theta. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen my previous Theta video, feel free to watch that before watching this one so that you have more context. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, jumping into the daily chart. As you can see, we still have the same Fibonacci retracement set up from the swing high all the way back here in November of 2000, or rather April 2021, and the swing low was set up here in July of 2021, and we're below our second fib level and our 1.618. So the 1.618 was the technical target after losing this low at $3.53, and the second fib level was our capitulation target, which we have successfully met as well, and we've even opened some candles below that level. So let's see what's going on here. Let's zoom in a little bit more, and as you can see, we have a smaller Fibonacci retracement as well. So we're going to take a look at that in just a moment, but let's remove that to see what's actually happening. So as you can see, we are below the second fib level. This is the second fib level on the right hand side here, and what happened is we dropped below. Oh, actually, I removed it out of your site. There we go. So we dropped below the support level that we had here based off of this falling wedge. As you can see, we were in a falling wedge pattern, and we dropped below. We retested the previous support as resistance. We came back down, and now we're doing the exact same thing here. So potentially, we're just creating a lower high, and we're going to come back down. But as you can see, what we've done essentially is created a channel down pattern. As you can see over here, you had multiple retests of the same level and multiple retests of the same resistance level right now. So if you manage to break out from here, I would expect us to get to the 55 EMA, and that could potentially open up a nice swing trade opportunity with a buyback at the top or at the yellow trend line here of the support of the falling wedge. But if we continue in this channel down pattern at some point, hopefully we're going to see a breakout, because usually channel down patterns break to the upside. And after that, the major resistance level for us would be the yellow resistance trend line over here, the one that we have retested multiple times. Actually, I do not know why I have this Fibonacci retracement set up in such a way. Let me just try to move. I'm going to remove this drawing here and remove that. And I'm going to move this trend line in a way. There we go, just like that. So that's going to be our next major resistance trend line. And if we manage to come back into the falling wedge, right? Because right now we're invalidating the falling wedge, but if we come back down, this is going to be considered a fake out. I'm talking about this here. That would be a fake out. And if you carry out the target, and if obviously Bitcoin allows altcoins to do this and allows Theta to do that, our technical target is sitting at $1.70. I would also target the 1.618 at $1.40, as we have not really retested that as resistance since we lost it here in August. We just printed a lower high in November, and then we capitulated even lower. So I would be expecting some sort of a back test of resistance of the 1.618. If we break that, the $1.70 resistance level is going to be your technical target. So that's what I have for Theta. As you can see, we still have the large support block based off of this trading range in September and October to November of 2020. We created this trading range, and I think this is where we're going to bottom out. So if we manage to start breaking out of this support block, then great. By all means, let's just retest it as support and continue on. However, if Bitcoin decides to have another capitulation, there's a pretty good chance that we might come back and retest the 2.272 here. We might retest the bottom of the support block and so on. So there could be more moves to the downside. Don't get super bullish just because we're having a simple relief rally. That's just not very smart, not a very smart thing to do. Now, let's just bring everything back, and there we go. Just move this once again. And now let's remove the larger fib. Let's remove the support block. Actually, that wasn't the support block. Let's remove the support block and let's take a look at the smaller Fibonacci retracement that we have here. So in this case, on this fractal, we have the swing high in November, we have the swing low in October, and our 1.618 target was sitting at 0.72 cents. We retested that back in December 16th, 17th, and 19th. We had a nice bounce towards the 1.414, got rejected from there, coming back down. So this is a very nice double bottom pattern here, potentially playing out. And what was that? I just made some weird noises with my mouth. So if we manage to break above this local high, December 23rd, if we do that, we're going to have a nice technical target to the upside. So in this case, this would be around about 85 cents-ish, 85. So really this resistance area here is what you would be targeting. And yeah, that's exactly where we printed or started wicking towards. And as you can see, if I move that to the left side, you did have this area retested as support multiple times. So that's something to keep an eye on. The 55 EMA on the daily, like I said, is a pretty strong resistance level on its own. So you have multiple resistance levels to the upside. If you're looking to increase your position and just sell at some point and buy back 5-10% cheaper, I would just be taking a look at the daily RSI, at the 12-hourly RSI, because once those are overbought, just like it was over here in October, you can take some profits and buy back in lower once you have the move to the downside. Also, we are retesting the green support block here for the second time in December, and then we're having a nice move to the upside, potentially running into the yellow resistance trend line here, and then we get sent back down. That's also a potential. Maybe we break through and back test the upper yellow resistance trend line, as we have done multiple times before, and this is a fake out. So those resistance levels are the next targets for us on the daily RSI. However, if we start breaking to the upside and you get to the overbought at some point in the next couple of weeks, like I said, you could take some profits just like you could have done over here and buy back lower just to increase your position. But that's overall what I wanted to show for Theta on TradingView. Let's switch over to the Binance website real quick. And before we continue, I quickly want to ask you, do you value your privacy? If the answer is yes, then you must take a look at ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN offers you the privacy that you deserve, no activity logs and no connection logs. Your internet provider won't be able to access anything, and anyone using the same open free Wi-Fi in the cafe as you won't be able to do any harm or breach your security. You can use the ExpressVPN application on any device. You can connect it to your PlayStation, or you can even connect it to your router so that anyone who connects is automatically secured. Or if you're looking to access any region-blocked content on your streaming platform, well, ExpressVPN can do that as well. If you're living in the Netherlands and you want to access a TV show that's only available in Japan, well, my friend, you can do that with ExpressVPN. You can use the link down below in the description and get a discounted price along with 3 extra months for free. You can get your money back if you don't like it, but I don't see any reason why you wouldn't like it, because we all need the privacy, and in today's age especially. And you can also pay with Bitcoin, so that's a really cool feature as well. And let's get on with the video. So jumping into the weekly chart for Binance, as you can see, we are almost at the 1.618 level of this Fibonacci retracement. So we have our swing high in August 2022 and the swing low in June 2022. And the 1.618 target is at 67 cents. And that's what I'm targeting here. I think we're going to come back down and at least retest that level, if not going lower to 54 cents, because you never know where Bitcoin is going to bottom out. You always need to be ready for both outcomes, for all outcomes really, not only the 2 possible outcomes, because you could do multiple things. So what we could target here on the weekly chart is obviously if we have a large or a pretty strong relief rally, the 20 EMA is a major resistance level. Look at this wick here, perfect touch off of the 20 EMA at the end of October. Exact same thing could happen over here, and we might get sent back down. So that's something to be aware of. Also, the first fib level here at 96 cents is a major resistance level. We back tested that level multiple times as support, so take a look at that. We even retested it as resistance here at the end of November. So that level could be a major level for us to retest. Also, the green resistance trend line that we've been holding as support since June, we lost it in November, almost had a back test of resistance in at the end of November, and potentially we're going to do that here in January and have a move back down, potentially. So you have multiple selling points here, but really, in all honesty, I would not be taking any profits right now because this is the time to be accumulating rather than taking profits, because really there are no profits to be taken at this point. So I would say just get ready for the next bull market, but I'm not a financial advisor. Also, something to keep in mind is this resistance trend line that we have had for quite some time. We had one retest in August, one retest in November. Potentially, we could see another retest here in January. And if we do manage to break above that, as you can see, a lot of resistance levels here in this area in the 95 to $1, a lot of resistance. If Theta manages to break through that, I think we might see a nice move at least to the golden ratio here at $1.19 or 20 cents, because if you're breaking through a major level of resistance and you're having your volume candles supporting that and confirming that breakout, if we start having something like this or along these lines, along these candles in October, or maybe these in July of 2022, right? Maybe these, I meant this October 2022, not the ones that I was showing here earlier in 2021, because obviously that was a bull market. So if we have the volume confirming the breakout, perfect. That could be a nice trade for us. If not, I would just sit tight and wait for the bull market. Switching over to the weekly chart, as you can see, we are retesting the previous resistance of the falling wedge pattern here. As you can see, perfect bounce, perfect retest, perfect entry point for anyone looking to enter December 12th, around that time. Let's see, where was that? That was basically this low here. So you're not really in profit as of right now, but still technically on the RSI, you're having a nice bounce and you're out of the channel down pattern. You're out of the falling wedge. So maybe you're going to have a nice move to the upside. Also, keep in mind this new resistance level that we now have. This is something to keep in mind, and potentially this is going to be a nice trade for us. As you can see, we do have multiple touches actually off of this resistance trend line. Let me just make it, there you go. That's a perfect setup there. So we could run into that level. If you want to enter for a short-term trade, obviously you could just take some profits here and leave. But yeah, that's what I have here for Theta. Thank you all for watching. If I missed out anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and Patreon. Links are in the description. Also, if you want to learn how to use the Fibonacci retracement, the link is also going to be there in the description. Thank you all, and goodbye.